seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Aw, come on.
Radiant team ban.
Slaughter.
Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Well, I am glad to see that you have not left us, because it is time for game number 2 between Midas Club and Wheel.
Radiant team
Burp.
ban.
I'm Pithy Lagoon. Thanks for joining me once again for our second match of the best of 3. Midas Club need to win this one, or else they will be dropped down to the lower bracket. And Wheel, they seem to be on their game, picking up the Ifrit Ember Spirit very early in the draft. Also picking up the Abaddon again. And they definitely did rather well in the last match with those heroes. Midas do man out the Oracle because they don't want that double save of False Promise and Aphotic Shield. And the Meepo also gets banned out, even though it made the strange decision of deciding to stand in a Macropie for about 15 seconds. It's still going to get banned out by Midas Club because it was just a little bit too strong for them to deal with in the last match. So Midas Club, they're going to be going with the Slaughter and Shadow Demon. Lifesteer banned out in the second one by Wheel, so they don't want to deal with that combo at all. But Midas Club definitely can go with a couple of different things here. Also, having the Shadow Demon opens up a lot of doors for them. See if Wheel end up closing any of them. The Nyx does get banned out, indicating that we might possibly see an... No, we wouldn't see that. Especially with an Ember Spirit picked up, we would definitely not see an OD. But it's strange that we see a Nyx banned out by Wheel when we already have what should be a mid laner from the Ember. I guess it could be a very strong hero that Wheel just don't really feel like going against. Does make a little bit of sense with the Crystal Maiden picked up, since the Nyx Assassin could get in there with the Spike Carapace and make things a little bit of a annoying for her, annoying thing. Let's see. Midas Club, they have the Shadow Demon, so they definitely could go with another big illusion hero, or maybe even the Juggernaut. That's a combo that's been picked up quite a bit, and it works well with the Slaughter as well. You could be able to get the Crush right after Disruption if Midas Club decide to go with a support Slaughter again, or they could also get the Juggernaut in there for some spin damage as well. So Midas Club might be good for them to go with an Jug rather. Would be interesting against Abaddon, but they're gonna pick up a Centaur instead. Definitely like this pickup when there's a Weaver that's been drafted by the team, but that was banned out fourth by Midas Club, so it's really a Centaur against a lot of physical damage, and we really don't see that just yet from Wheel. Want to get out of some bad situations when the stuns start to end from the Radiant side. That charge can definitely be used to get some heroes out of bad positions. And also, with the centaur being picked up, a combo that a lot of teams are going for when they have the centaur is a sniper as well. The sniper should be able to stay alive a little bit better when he has a charge available after the initiation comes, so he's just able to run away very quickly. Might also go with the shadow blade early to get that extra bit of survivability. Midas Club, they are just looking to see what we'll pick with their next one. Also, another criteria that you need before you pick a sniper is that you want to see that the other team doesn't really have a way to jump onto him. And even if they do, the charge should be able to get him out of a little bit. I guess the Ember Spirit with the Searing Chains is definitely a lot of damage for him to deal with, especially when he remnants in. But I don't know, Midas Club might not feel comfortable enough with the sniper to pick him up here. Venge picked up by Wheel. Sniper could be able to stay very far away from her. He has the right positioning. We'll see if this is going to be a core Venge or a support for Wheel. Lots of teams have been running many different things with this hero. Instead of a sniper, Midas Club go with the Ursa. Lots of damage that is going to try to go toe-to-toe with the Ember Spear in the mid lane. So Ursa, one of my favorite heroes personally, and if he gets that extra bonus of the centaur charge and then also Slaughter with the Crows of Haze, he could be outputting a huge amount of damage here. So that'll bring us to the last couple of bans, and we'll do take the sniper out of the draft. Aware that with the centaur they could be trying to run that. I don't know necessarily if that's something that Midas Club were thinking about going into. With the front line of Ursa and Centaur, definitely could be a possibility. Able to put some damage out from the back lines while you just let your front liners just soak in some damage. Ursa with the Enrage, he can be very deceptively tanky when he activates that skill, something that we'll have to be aware of in this match. But Midas Club will be thinking about their last ban here. Quite a bit of time for them to do this. So we'll have a short break and hear from our commercial sponsors. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. We're going to stay in our draft. Having a little bit of a laugh. Midas Club banning away the Legion commander there. That's kind of interesting. That almost assumes that Wheel would be running an aggressive tri-lane with the Crystal Maiden and Vengeful Spirit, which is still possible. Legion definitely does excel in the tri-lane situations, able to throw out the overwhelming odds to quite a few heroes. But Wheel don't even necessarily have to run the Ember Spirit mid. They could still be picking up a mid laner for themselves. I think that it should still be Ifrit on Ember, but they don't necessarily have to do that. Midas Club pick up the Invoker with their last one here. So we see that they have a lot of stuns with both Centaur and Slardar. They've got Ursa for their carry position, and then Invoker will be in the mid lane. And we will have to go with something to try to play against this. Picking up the Vengeful Spirit gives them a little bit of flexibility with their draft. Definitely do like to see that. And there's many ways of trying to counter the Invoker. He's extremely slow in the early game. His Forge Spirits aren't going to be as much of a problem anymore as well. So Creel definitely could go quite a few ways with this. And if we look at the rest of their lineup, they do have quite a few stuns. They might need a little bit more tankiness with their team. I mean, I guess Abaddon is fairly good with that. If they go for a support, Ogre Magi hasn't been banned out. That might be an interesting pickup. Omni Knight also could be good for them, especially when you have a lot of Physical damage coming through with the Corrosive Haze and the Ursa Bear trying to get down on you.
5 seconds.
And you don't really have a natural diffusal builder on Midas Club either, but Wheel will go with the Juggernaut to finish off their lineup. So they'll have the double stun around the Juggernaut spin. We're going to do some damage to Centaur. And they definitely could do quite a bit to him, especially if they can surround him with a lot of stuns, and the spin damage can do quite a bit to him early. So Centaur will have to be pretty on his game in order to survive against this. They may even decide to throw it into dual lanes for Midas Club. That's sort of the setup that we saw in the last match. Although that kind of dissolved as we got further into the game, as lane rotations started to be a little bit more frequent from each team. So I remembered to take my overlay off once again as we get into game number 2 of our 3-game set
Prepare for battle.
between Wheel and Midas Club. And going to be a possible aggressive tri-lane from Wheel. Layla already starting to move up there with the Juggernaut. It will go to the mid lane on his Ember Spirit. We've got a 2017 off lane. Midas Club, they're starting to make their way towards bottom. And we will have a disconnect right off the bat by Theo. Seems to be something that Midas are having a little bit more trouble with. And their smoke is on the Slaughter, so they could go for the aggressive, we'll call it an S curve around the Radiant jungle over towards the Vanity Rune spot. We have a little hook being drawn off of the hero there. He has a tail. So hopefully this guy gets back in, because I'm quite sick of having the pauses, and I have recorded the time right now in case we get up to 10 minutes, but we're not going to for now. We will be just fine getting into our match here. Right now Midas Club sending the Invoker to the top lane all by himself, all by his lonesome. Looking for when that smoke gets used by Midas. Definitely has that interesting set. I wish that I could actually go into spectator mode while in the lobby. You can do this on Dota TV, but you cannot do this from my view, which is really annoying. So Midas Club, they're starting to rethink their strategy here, going for a smoke and trying to make sure that Wheel don't take their rune. Derp starting to go over to the high ground. We might have a bit of a switch here. Wheel getting a little bit greedy. They've just left Ifrit out at their own rune spot, and he should be able to pick this one up. Will Midas be able to? No, they're way too late. What is this? He's gonna, oh, they're gonna find the kill. Ifrit doesn't have any vision, and he's in some trouble now. There is a crush available from Bardo. Oh, but Ifrit, he gets a sleight of fist dodging it. Oh my god. Yeah, when you don't use that first level, it gives you the ability to do whatever you want there, and the smoke will get broken on the low ground there. Derp, he'll get the Frostbite out onto the Ursa Bear. He's not really the one that they want to go on here. He'll get the stun out onto Theo. He's going to get spun down. Derp taking a lot of damage. Can they take him down fast enough? Derp gets back over to Theo, and he's not going to actually end up dying here. Frostbite is going to keep Ursa out of it one for now, and Layla's got another stun. Juggernaut doesn't have enough mana for another spin, so Layla's just going to put out some harass as well. That was a fantastic dodge by Ifrit there. Just waiting. Now Suze does know that Ifrit's gone for a level 1 sleight of fist, so maybe he's able to take a bit more of an advantage or some more liberties in the mid lane, making it so that Ifrit can't really do as much here to start. But even then, Ifrit gets up to level 2 pretty quickly, uses a flame shield to get around Juggernaut getting slowed down by Ursa, but look at all the damage that's going to come in. That's the magic missile going out on the Bardo. They'll spin him down. Bardo plants a tree. He Bob Rossed him away. Very good with those iron branches, just putting it in the correct spot so that Juggernaut can't continue to chase him. He hasn't used his mango yet. He's still got that mana going. Observer ward placed down over in the jungle. Might have been scoured out a little bit. Haven't really spent too much time at bottom. The stomp by Lapost will keep Abaddon away for a couple more seconds. Invoker throws out a tornado onto Ifrit, but he should be completely fine right now. The leveling, as I said, a little bit more messed up because of having to go for the level 1 Sleight of Fist, but that seems to be much better than dying for the first blood and also getting it for your team. So, oh, nice Sleight of Fist trying to get the CS there. Not too bad. I mean, it's only 50 CS for trying to do something like that. And if you're going to level it up anyway, you may as well get it. 2017 going ham. He'll get the A5 shield off against Laposa. Ifrit will go in on the mid lane. Tries to get a last hit, but actually gonna forgo it. And over by the shrine, Derp's found Bardo. He doesn't really have too much else here. Not going for the slow at level 2. He's just getting a little bit more mana for his team. Ifrit will go forward. Another tornado thrown out, but he'll get the Searing Chains off, and that allows him to get the last hit onto the range creep and also a little bit of damage onto Zeus. Ifrit's starting to get rather low, but he's got enough gold now for the bottle. Posa over to the side. He's not got enough mana for a stomp. 2017 just chasing him down. He doesn't have enough mana for the A5 shield, but it doesn't matter at all. He's going to be able to find the kill there, and actually they're able to find another one. Another few Midas Club. Oh no, FNA. He's gotten low. Healing stuff is going to keep Juggernaut alive, and the tower does not cancel the regeneration, so all of that healing stuff is going to be completely fine for Juggernaut. Also putting down the healing ward, so they force the Ursa away from the lane. They've taken a kill there as well, and they're keeping the Juggernaut at full health. This seems to be a pretty big win for Wheel at top. Epicenter and Tornado combo by Ifrit. He has the Sleight of Fist, but decides not to use it. I think that would dodge an EMP. Not sure, because I'm not an Ember player. I certainly don't like to play it against Invoker. But it looks like all of the lanes are going fairly well for Wheel right now. Ember Spirit isn't too far, well, he's not really far behind the Invoker at all. Jug is up there against Ursa, and Juggernaut also has 1-0-1. He's got 1 kill and 1 assist to his name. So Wheel, they're doing quite well in the early game so far. I guess only the Ursa's the one who's getting quite a bit more out of his lane than anyone else. And they're gonna get the wraparound by Laposa. He's actually got the invis rune, looking for a stomp, maybe out onto Layla. They definitely could take him down. Juggernaut getting a little bit far forward. The Satyr creep also going to be helping out with a lot of damage. Theo's getting a little bit low. They are going to find the Crystal Maiden. Lots of kills for Midas on the top lane. Maybe Layla can deny himself. That's the only possibility he has of trying to get out of this one. Swire's got a sprint. He's got a crush. Layla low. Can he get to this one? He's gonna throw out the Wave of Terror and decides not to try to deny himself at all. So that will be a 3 spot on Midas Club, and as well as they thought that aggressive tri-lane was going, it's been completely ruined. So as soon as that happens, the Juggernaut, oh man, I missed the fight recap, gosh darn it. But as soon as that happens, the Juggernaut immediately rotates to bottom. Now there's a little bit of damage on the FNA. The stun will be there. They've killed off the Ursa. He's supposed to be farming here, but now he just ends up being farmed himself. Layla's got another stun. Look how fast he attacks. He's just moving in onto Theo. Theo's got the soul catcher, but Layla walks in, throws out the magic missile, gets the kill again. 2017 caught out underneath the tree with the illusions. He was not having a good time there, and he actually gets the borrowed time popped. FNA walks in, and it's going to see that the Abaddon is not the one that he wants to kill there. Oh, unlucky Searing Chains by Ifrit. Not hitting onto Zeus there, but Zeus is going to get caught out by the Crystal Maiden. A little bit of damage to him. Skip the Delivery Frog comes in. Here comes the EMP, which will be dodged by the Remnant. Getting away from there. So interesting start from both teams. Ember Spirit doing quite well in the mid lane. Invoker is still at the top of the last hits. But I don't think that's the same story with the net worth. Yeah, the Abaddon is the one at the top of that. Just getting very involved in the map. Now Derp a little bit far forward. There's going to be the Tornado EMP combo. The Shadow Demon's going to be kept there, and Derp caught out by the Cold Snap. Theo gets a lot of damage from Venge, but she really can't go in on that at all, as Suze is going to heal up with his quaffs. Hasn't gone for any levels into the Exhort. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit, he's just farming inside the jungle. Doesn't really mind that his team is taking a lot of deaths right now. In the top lane, FNA taking a lot of damage from 2017. A5 shield is out as well. Theo has to be very careful. Leposa will come in through here, and 2017 does have a TP out. Leposa will find him. He just cancels the TP. He's going to get hit by it. Now 2017 in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have another... Oh, Theo nearly taken low by the A5 shield. Another A5 shield available, but Abaddon could not get it off in time. Also, no chance for the miscoil either. Look at this, Derp farming inside the jungle. He's taking the enemy team's hard camp. He has some vision here, so it's fairly safe for him to do that. At bottom, Juggernaut going ham against a tier 1. And it will be the Helm of the Dominator first for him. Going for the Gloves of Haste so he can get that attack speed up. A little bit more DPS against the tower. Alright, Invoker getting caught out by the Searing Chains. Ifrit moving forward with it. He's only got one level into that though. Ifrit could move forward with the triple remnant, but he's not going to go out onto Suze. Tornado thrown up, but it misses onto everything. They might decide to go in on this one. Derp slowing down Suze a little bit, but they're not going to be able to get the Searing Chains. It was just missed by Ifrit. Suze trying to do a little bit more damage onto the Ember, but he's just not going to be able to find anything there. Abaddon still having his way at top. He's been pretty free to run around and do Abaddon things. He'll take most of the creep wave here. There's a stun from Bardo. Ursa coming in with some damage as well, but the borrow time is still available. 2017 will get slowed down, gets another one of those A5 shields pop. Here comes the magic missile as the charge comes out from Midas Club. They're going to stop Abaddon in his tracks. He gets the borrowed time popped by the creep wave there. And there's going to be the Tornado EMP combo from Invoker. Lots of mana taken away by 2017. He does have the A5 shield, but it's not going to last for long. He's also going to get stunned when he wants to put out the mist coil. Derp, he cannot stay alive underneath the Soul Catcher and Corrosive Haze from Swatter. Just picking that up there. So Midas Club, again, finding a couple of turnaround kills on the bottom, or top lane rather, as we move over to bottom. Juggernaut still pushing this one in. And you can see how effective the charge can be, allowing the rest of the team to respond to pushes and attacks from the enemy team. Midas Club have a lot of heroes centered around the top lane. FNA has just had a really difficult game so far. 2017 again, walking forward with the A5 shield. He's got not a care in the world. He just died, but he really couldn't hardly guess with him. Getting that A5 shield popped, and again, going all over the place with it. FNA getting a little bit low to the creeps over here. He's not going to be healing up because he has no lifesteal. But he might be getting close to his Roshan, especially when he gets the Morbid Mask. Gonna be just a healing salve for him now. Smooth going forward in mid. He has now put one level into the Exhort, so he gets a little bit more damage there. Touching Ifrit a little bit. Invoker's gonna be a little bit faster with his current build, and he's gonna go Orchid first. There's the Tornado EMP out onto the Vengeful Spirit. Lots of mana taken away, but Layla pops the Magic Wand. Now the crush only hits onto the Ember Spirit in the mid lane, and look at that melee creep. Look at that guy go. He's been put on a mission here. He's been dominated. Get forced away. The cards will come through. Cold Snap is also there, getting blocked a little bit out by Layla. Layla's going to pay for it there and pops the Magic Wand again. Throws out the Magic Missile for just a little bit of farm. Ifrit trying to get some stuns out here. They're going to find the Invoker Illusion, and they'll farm that up for a little bit more gold for Ifrit. Roshan getting into the action as well. He seems to be a little bit angry after that charge. Juggernaut is still going in on bottom though. No one's come to stop him, and he has the Omni Slash up in 100 seconds, so he'll be forced away from here. Bardo will chase him down a little bit. Corrosive Haze is used. Juggernaut's still healing up. The crush is going to be off the mark, but the tornado is not. Juggernaut put up in the air. Cold Snap will keep him there for a little bit longer, and he's not going to be feeling too good after this one. Lopo's about to come in. There's another spin by Juggernaut, trying to get away, going through the trees. He needs some help from his team. They need to TP over to the tower, but he's not getting a whole lot of help from him. He just tries to TP up, but the crush is going to stop him in his tracks. Disruption comes through as well, and that should be a dead or not. I'm going to go with dead. See what he did there? I made a thing with Juggernaut and dead. That's some top tier casting right there. In any case, Wheel, they are still trying to create some pressure on the map. 4 heroes went down to bottom. Now we have 2 pushing in mid, the Radiant side. In 2017, also putting a lot of pressure on the top. Layla now gets a haste rune, and she's not going to catch out the Ursa inside the jungle here, noticing that he did take the bounty rune. Might decide to start thinking about Roshan soon, and well, I think that we're already prepared for that, putting the melee creep. Look at that new model. Look at him. He's just standing there. So nice. It all looks so pretty with that little picture. You can tell that he did his hair for picture day. Suze is still going in on the tower though, and we have a smoke over towards the mid lane for Bardo. Bardo's been doing pretty well to start this match. He's 1-0-4, hasn't taken too many deaths. In fact, he's taken 0. And he's gotten quite involved as well for Midas Club, being involved in, let's see, some quick maths. We have 62.5% of the kills. There you go. Might have someone caught out. Abaddon's going to mid. This is probably the best person for Midas Club to find here if you're a Wheel. Abaddon's gonna be completely fine going into this one. There could be a wraparound from Midas Club. Derp is in here. Okay, EMP is not going to be on the mark. Bardo's going to get caught up by 2017. Derp trying to get into it, but Bardo just wants to go a little bit too fast for him. He's like Ricky Bobby, except he's not in a race car. Abaddon takes the corrosive haze off of himself with the aphotic shield, and still we have the push going in top from Juggernaut. That tower has been taken rather low. Abaddon might need a little bit of help in the mid lane soon, especially if that borrowed time gets popped. But the top tier 1 tower should belong to a Wheel now. More aphotic shields placed down in the mid lane, trying to harass out Midas Club, making the push a little bit slower for them, giving Wheel some more time. But bottom's getting pushed as well. FMA doing quite a bit of damage to the tower, and Lopos is also doing some work with the return, meaning that the tier 1 tower does belong to Midas Club. Nice disruption out. Theo tries to get away, but Ifrit's going to stop him in his tracks with the Searing Chain. Suits walking forward with the EMP Tornado combo. Ifrit, he's going to Remnant forward, avoiding most of it, but that does take a little bit of his mana away. Corrosive Haze taken by Swardar there. In 2017 doesn't have enough mana to use the aphotic shield on Ifrit, and he's going to decide not to right now, especially with his mana being so low, even with the arcane boots. So now maybe Soothe go in. Okay, he's going to put the EMP there, and the Searing Chains actually does manage to block that. So now with the dust being used, they're completely ready for when the Invoker tries to get away. They'll drop down the freezing field, and Derp will just dance for the full duration, because that's what you do if you're a Crystal Maiden. Actually interrupting it a little bit early there. Layla walking forward. She's got no bounds here. They should be able to find the Swardar. He's completely ready for it. Miss Coil finishes off the kill, and borrowed time right underneath the tower definitely help to take it down. They got to take care of these Swardar illusions. Nice little bit of gold for a Wheel there as they find the tier 1 tower, taking it down very easily with the Crystal of Avernus on it. Fortify making things a little bit more difficult. Nice little picture drawn on the map by Invoker. He seems to be making a bit of swirls. He will TP over to mid, trying to slow this down. He's got the Tornado and the EMP available to throw it out, again hitting on to nothing. As we'll take a few more towers off the map. So it would probably be a good time to check out our Ursa's items, as he hasn't really been too involved in the fights right now. Invoker's still working towards the Orchid. And Ember Spirit is gone for the 15% spell amplification and more with the Veil of Discord. So Midas Club will have to be very careful with all the magic damage coming out, and as an example, take a look at this ancient camp, very easily taken by Ifrit as he has the flame shield going there. So now Wheel, they're gonna be smoked up right now, all four. Moving into the dire jungle center, might be the one caught out. Derp should be able to find it. They got the vision, and Leposa, he gets the charge, but it's not going to be able to get himself away. He's got a little bit of duration after. He puts down the stomp, but it's only going to hit onto a spinning Juggernaut, which does not help him at all. Juggernaut finds a kill. Alright, so now Juggernaut, he's going to be able to spin around, and Ember Spirit getting forward. Ifrit will catch the Invoker with another Searing Chains. FNA moving out with the Enrage. Can the Juggernaut finds him? He's going through the Enrage, and the Shadow Demon way too close anyway. He tried to save the Ursa, but it's just going to lead to his demise as well. 4 kills for Wheel. Alright, let me see if there's actually a problem with this. Alright, let's see if this fixes it. Sorry about the sound. Alright, hopefully the sound is fixed now. I don't really know why that happens, apparently. I frickin' know, man! I know that my sound was messed up. You don't need to tell me, Armando. I already watched the chat so much. In any case, hopefully it's fixed now. I apologize if there were any issues. It's something that I can't really control. It just happens. Close to going forward. He'll get the charge out on the Derp. There's a Guardian Greaves. FNA does manage to find a kill on the backside, but there's a freezing field. Midas Club cannot really play around this one. The charge is finally going to stop it. And the Frostbite is going to stop Swardart, and it distracts Ifrit getting back into it, doing a lot of damage with all of his magic amplification. They're trying to chase down Theo as well, and that Purge Creep, it should be able to find him. There's the cooldown. He hits it in vain, and the Shadow Demon cannot get away. Another streak for Ifrit. So Wheel will go in on this one. They can definitely go for the racks right now. They'll keep Ursa out of it a little bit longer with the Searing Chain. Centaur, he's got another charge in 15 seconds, looking for the stomp, but he's not going to be able to get it off. 2017, he still has the borrowed time, as well as the Guardian Greaves manages to get the Greaves off before the borrowed time gets proc. Derp in a lot of trouble. He's not going to be able to get saved this time around. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like really ridiculous that I have these sound issues and then sounds fine right now. Alright, so my sound is fine, and it looks like the fix that I did worked. I have no idea what to do when it turns into that, or like, what happens when it turns into that. No, I know my sound is there. And I never talked to the chat actually on the mic, but whatever. Yes, I know it's fixed. I fixed it. 2017 will get caught out. Now the Swatter is going to get the crush off, but still gets disrupted anyway by his friend the Theo Shadow Demon. And 2017 will get caught out by Ursa, but Ursa, who's going to get rooted in place by the Crystal Maiden. Double Edge coming through. They do manage to kill off the Juggernaut as Ifrit tries to get away. Now the cold snap in. He might actually, well, he's thrown out the Remnant. He's trying to man fight Zeus. He's still got the Flame Guard running, and he's going to get a double kill. Man fighting against the Invoker there. A nice Remnant away, getting away from FNA there. There's no way that you can get the Ember Spirit down. It's just so slippery, man. So yeah, that was not a fight for Midas at all. And hopefully I can just get back to casting normally now because my freaking sound is fixed. You have no idea how frustrating that is. Because the stream is on delay, right? So if there's a problem with it, say the overlay is left on, the sound is messed up, I'm not talking or something, I can't realize it until I see it or hear it on stream, unless I look over at my OBS if it's something for video, because the audio that I hear is not broken up at all. It's just something that OBS does. So, the fix that I have is I just have to reset the sound-ish program, like the audio cable program that I'm using. Audio cables allow me to do a lot more of the virtual audio cables. They allow me to do some pretty cool things with my setup. But you probably don't want to hear too much about that. It's just like, if there's an audio problem, I'm not listening to the stream currently, so I can't do anything about it until people tell me about it. So then I go to fix it, and then people tell me about it even more for the 2 minutes that happened after I tried to fix it. It's a lot of fun. Running streams is great. And he says sarcastically. Not really great for viewership either, because nobody wants to listen to a robot talk. I think that's robotist. I think that people should give robots a little bit more love. I think they get an unfair rap. But in any case, Suze, he's in the Ghost Walk right now, and they're going to find Derp Derp. They'll silence him with the Orchid and just jump onto him. It's a gangbang from Midas Club. They keep going with their ganking strat.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Also, a Radiance picked up for Ember through all of that. That's got to be a joke item. I guess it does amplify the magic damage. Is that spell amplification? It is spell amplification. Magic damage. Burn damage. I don't know if it amplifies the Radiance damage. Maybe it does. Maybe that's why all these freaking Ember Spirits are going for Radiance, which is really annoying. Oh no, Layla's into another bad place again. Theo's gonna find him. Bardo in with the stun, but this time, Baylor showing up. And Slardar might be the one caught out. Remnant forward by Ifrit. Bardo's going to sit there and die. So that was pretty easy. FNA hanging out at bottom. There's only a tier 2 tower to take down in the bottom lane. FNA will chase down 2017. He's got another A5 shield. FNA is going to eat all the A5 shields here. A17 popping the Guardian Grease, has another aphotic shield to get away, and he will get silenced now, but the borrow time will proc, and 23 tries to get away. Earth's a little bit too early with that blink. A17 will get slowed down a lot, but Vengeful Spirit's here to help him out as well, so it's kind of unlikely that the Abaddon dies here, but as I say that, he runs up the hill into FNA, and that magic missile comes out a little bit too late. And we are still thinking about pushing in bottom a little bit. Derp Derp runs up, pushes out the creep wave. Burnout gets away from mid. He will get picked up by the tornado, and that should be a kill. It looks like the wheels are coming off for the Radiant side right now. Still, Midas Club finding a few kills, 2,200 gold. Derp Derp, he's in a lot of trouble. He is not going to get away from this one. He's going to pay for killing that Wild Wing. And you got to think that eventually the Crystal Maiden is going to get something like a Glimmer Cape or a Yule's Scepter to try to keep herself from dying in situations like that, because she's probably getting really sick of it. Also, I'm not feeling too great either. I have a little bit of a sore throat, but that's not going to stop me from casting, right? Casting is a lot more important than vocal health. I wouldn't really count Midas Club out of it just yet. We haven't really spent a whole lot of time looking at the net worth, but it's only about 6,000 in favor of Wheel after that, so I wouldn't say that Midas Club are really at an insurmountable deficit. Popping the shrine there, might go for a smoke now. As Roshan will not respawn for a while. I'll look for a couple of kills. If it is on the top lane and he still has the Aegis, will expire soon, and Midas Club should be aware of the timing. Juggernaut's pretty far up in mid as well. Ifrit might go too far forward. He doesn't have the Remnant out either, and he's going to get stunned. He still has the Aegis. They don't kill him. They don't kill him at the right time, and they will charge immediately away from this one. Over by the shrine, Shadow Demon will find Derp, and it's going to be a battle of supports for a while until the rest of the team shows up, trying to kill the Shadow Demon. He tries to TP away, but he's going to face the full brunt force of Wheel's lineup there. And that was just not really the best place for them to be after Ifrit had died. Pushing down the mid lane. All the tier 2 towers are gone, so if these shrines start falling for Whreck while whistling. Those are fun to say, I guess. Oh no, that Purge creep is going to find FNA. Oh no, they run into each other and Ursa blinks forward looking for who's going to be behind it, but the Purge creep is going to stay alive and the Shrine possibly will not. Ursa's getting close, and that Satyr is going to keep looking, and he's actually in vision right now thanks to the Observer word. Now we do have another pause out from Midas Club, which have been taking a little bit of time for them to get back in the match. All right. So, yeah. Midas Club, they're not really in the best of positions right now. They're getting a lot of shrines taken away from them. The tier 3 in the mid lane is also down, so if they start to lose another team fight, they've not really got the best look there. And if we look at the buybacks, only Swatter and Invoker have it right now for Midas Club, so they still have a little bit of farming to do before they can get those back up. Ursa's items, he's got a Blink and a BKB, and he'll have a Desolator soon, but it'll take quite a while for him to get the gold for that as well. Next Roshan will be in a while. I think it was about 4 minutes that it said, maybe a little bit back. So hoping this guy can get back in here. I have been keeping track of the time this time around, but these pauses are really annoying. Because, I don't know, you may have noticed with the sound thing, I've kind of been all over the place. I don't really know what's going on anymore in this match. It's just been a bunch of people walking around in Dota. Maybe they managed to catch out Ursa here. They would have to try pretty hard for it. Maybe the bench could get a swap as Ursa runs back thanks to the Purge. Purge! 5 seconds. This thing is so strong! And it moves around really fast. It's like Speed Racer. Faster than Manny Pacquiao's hands. Hopefully this guy gets back in here sometime. We may as well look at the bracket again because that's what we do when it's time for a pause. So let's take a look at our bracket. As we see this match, the winner will go on to face the winner of Team Freedom versus Team Red. And those matches will happen 2 days from now. Tomorrow we have the lower bracket matches where we see our first teams getting eliminated, and I'd like to bring special notice to Team Fire, who will play the loser of this match. And that team has Brax, Brink, Fluff and Stuff, TC, and White Beard on it. So I would expect that team to do pretty well. Jesus, I wish that they would stop playing ads over the game. It's kind of annoying. I'm gonna keep talking. You know, if they're gonna play ads over me, then I'm just gonna go to a break because This is annoying. Alright, whatever. I'll go to a break. 'Cause they don't want to hear me talk anymore. Alright, so pause time is unfortunately back up for Midas Club, so we cannot pause any longer in this game. Unfortunately, Suze has still not reconnected. And FNA managed to stay alive there near his shrine, which is dead. Roshan is going to respawn in a few minutes. Layla managing to get away. Ifrit is hanging out at bottom still. As Bardo tries to move up, will not be able to find Layla there. Ifrit will get back, and he did not have any vision of Bardo. Bardo may be ready to get into this one. They're gonna find Ursa here. He hasn't managed to get the enrage off. He finally does there. He's getting very low. Remnant forward by Ifrit. They get the damage needed to kill him. That was not the right play from him at all. He wasn't able to get the enrage off in time, and sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry there. And now Wheel might be able to find their chance as they move down the mid lane. They're going to smoke up, looking to see if they can catch anyone out. Having Suze microed by probably Ursa right now is maybe not the best case scenario for them, as Ifrit just goes in. They get the Ascension Ward down, and we have a reconnect from Invoker. Alright. So they should be ready now. So he gets back in. Suze is ready for the fight right now. Bardo gets the stun up on the Juggernaut. Invoker is caught out here. The EMP does go up, but Juggernaut is still spinning through it, and he's hitting pretty fast onto the racks. Oh, lots of damage on the Invoker. If they can catch him out, the sounds goes out onto Ifrit. He'll use the Mantis now to be able to get himself free from it. Lots of damage again onto Suze, but he's in the middle of the ice wall, and he's got to get away to his Remnant, and he does there. Raposa's gotten very low, though. No shrine for him to be able to get to, as the Omni Touch gets used by Juggernaut, managing to find the kill there. Looking for some more kills on the towers here. Ifrit has been cold snapped as he tries to get away. Bardo throws out the stun. Ursa going for Ifrit. They need to take this Ember Spirit down, but he's going to get another slight of Fist off, even thinking about going back in. He is getting a little bit low on mana. We have a buyback from Raposa. EMP thrown out. Nice dodge by Ifrit, but he's still out of mana anyway. Dirk will be able to get away for now. Still taking most of the damage. FNA gets into it. Those Juggernaut illusions are so strong, made by Shadow Demon. But still, that will be about 1,600 gold over to Wheel. So, yeah, in any case, Wheel do get away from that while taking one entire set of racks, and Roshan's also respawned for them to take here, so Ifrit might be able to be a little bit more free. Sparta will blink over to the high ground. So Midas Club, they'll try to do the best they can against the Roshan pit. If we look at the buybacks, we only have it on... Just kidding. It's only on Juggernaut right now. Ember Spirit buys an item, causing him to not have his buyback anymore. It's going to be a Blink Dagger from him. Suze. Yeah, he's doing quite a bit of work there, trying to farm these Ancients. He's got the Aghanim Scepter. He's just very far behind right now. If we look at the net worth, he's just the lowest core on his team. Hasn't been able to do all that much. Get into the Roshan pit with FNA and Bardo. They might have blinked in here. We'll get the Corrosive Haze out there. And with as fast as Midas might be able to do this, they'll actually take it down very quickly with FNA. So Midas Club are actually going to be able to get the Aegis off of Roshan. And they'll get the Aegis on Ursa. Pretty good pickup for them, which might even cause the game to be a little bit more prolonged. Unless the Ursa just throws his Aegis away, which is definitely a possibility here. I hate saying definite possibility all the time, but it's so fun. So paradoxical. You know what happens when you get multiple paradoxes? You get a paradoxon. Terrible jokes. Zeus will push in the bottom lane. Pretty hard with the Forge Spirit. His talent tree is kind of interesting. I really hate going for the XP gain, even though he does receive a lot from getting to level 25. At least he used to. A couple of illusions walking around in the mid lane, so they'll get some Ember Spirits now, and those also have Radiances on them, so they can push the creep wave out quite a bit. But here comes the Juggernaut in onto Zeus. He will slow him down with the Diffusal Blade, but he doesn't see them anymore thanks to the Ghost Wall from Zeus, and he doesn't have the gem on him either. That is... Who is that on? It's on Abaddon right now. Very smart to have it on him. He's one of the tankier members of... Queel. And Zeus, he's going to see Layla there. Knows that he can't stay there for all that long. Same with Bardo, he knows he has to blink away, which he does. Should be the Abyssal Blade soon for Juggernaut. He'll pick up the Tomato Creep as well. Send him over towards the Ancients. Bottom lane will get pushed in. Wants to make sure that top doesn't take too much damage either. The range people get taken out by the Sunstrike, and Midas, they might think about trying to kill Ember Spirit right now, but the illusion comes in and they decide to initiate onto that. Invoker will take it out. Bottom lane still getting pushed in. Is anybody going to get caught out? Nice little Searing Chains from the Centaur, but that's about as far as it's going to go, as Ember Spirit will remnant back. Nice little illusion farm for Zeus. He'll get some gold off of it. Doesn't really mean that much of a difference this late in the game. Right now, we are still looking for the words. If it will blink to the high ground, Derp evades the tornado. Zeus is going to go in. He's going to silence the Crystal Maiden, but now he gets Ember Spirit going in the backside. That Cold Snap still doing a lot thanks to the... I believe it's an urn. Well, I don't know. It's doing a lot of damage to Derp in any case. He'll use the Freezing Field. FNA moving forward, misses the Earth Shock. Layla will try to get out. They need to find Derp. There's a blink forward by Ursa, easily taking care of that Crystal Maiden. And maybe Ifrit's going to hang in the balance as well. Nice remnant away as soon as Bardo comes in with the Crush. Actually, a little bit earlier than that. But over on the other side of the map, I mean, it's just Wheel not really trying to take too many big engagements, and Midas Club are being forced to use the buddy system and move around simply because they're so far behind at this point. It is only about 10,000, but Wheel also have a much better position on the map. FNA, he's got no mana on the mid lane, and Juggernaut's going to be ready to come in here. Also has a Diffusal Blade. Mythco comes in, and they're going to use a charge to get him out of that situation. Not sure if they use the Diffusal Blade on him there. But in any case, Ursa's forced away from mid. That lane will push in once again with the Super Creeps. Full lane of Super Creeps. Midas are kind of far out on the mid lane, but I guess there's nothing that's going to be going on there, as this Aegis for Ursa has really been causing things to get pretty prolonged. Like, with it, Midas Club have felt a lot more aggressive on the map. They've been trying to take a few more fights. Wheel haven't really felt like they wanted to take anything, especially with Ursa having the Aegis. They don't want to be put into a fight where he just comes back and wipes everybody. They know that he can be very strong, especially with the Desolator now. Something that you're kind of wanting to go for if you feel a little bit behind, which he was earlier. Zeus will keep bottom pushed out. These Radiant Solutions doing a good job for Ifrit, and he's actually going with the Octarine build on this one. Well, a little bit more spammability for Wheel won't be the worst thing. I think he might be believing that he's an alchemist or something though. Alchemist from before the new journey patch. Someone should probably let Ifrit know that he's not an alchemist. As the illusions start to go to the high ground, FNA, he's gonna be aggressive here. He doesn't have the Aegis any longer, and bottom lane is still being pushed in by Suze and Luposa as well. Invoker's stepping up. Juggernaut will come in from the backside, but they need to have some kind of vision of him. Ember Spirit does have a gem, but Midas Club get out of the bottom lane. They know that it's gonna be about to become a death trap. Next Roshan, we'll have to see when that comes back up. We've got 2 minutes until the normal respawn, but it could be quite a bit longer. FNA now has his basher up, so we still have the gold coming in for the teams. Quite a few items being built up. Abaddon should have his Aghanim Scepter soon, which would be really good for keeping the Juggernaut and Ember Spirit alive. It shares the damage among the team, I believe. It's really hard to see Aghanim Scepter upgrades in spectator mode, but I'm pretty sure that's what it still does. I'm not sure if they changed it. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if I memorized all the Aghanim Scepter changes, but I'm pretty sure that it still shares the 30% of the damage among the team or something like that, which is really good. Whereas the Centaur Aghanim Scepter does most of the same thing. Damage reduction by 60%. Which makes it even more... Like, if Ursa pops in Rage, and then there's also a Centaur charge, that basically means he's taking no damage. He's supposed to have like 140% damage reduction if that's the way math worked in this game. Pretty sure it doesn't. That would basically mean that when you take damage, you heal. FNA will find... Oh, that's the first hit bash. Nice remnant away by Ifrit, and he might even decide to go back in here, throwing out the Searing Chains. There's no one here to help him. TP out by FNA. Will he go back in? He's looking for Bardo. He'll blink forward. Searing Chains are there, and Bardo does not get away. Bardo will die there, paying for trying to go on to Ifrit, and he's feeling very confident with the Octarine core giving him the decreased cooldowns. At top, Luposa, he's very tanky right now. He's not going to take any damage at all, but now here comes the Abyssal Blade from Juggernaut. They've got the Blade Mail going, and Juggernaut is still taking a lot of damage through that. Layla, they've taken most of the mana away from Centaur, but now we have a reaction by Midas, but throwing out the meatball and the definitely blast onto Layla. Nice 4-step away, keeping her out of danger there, and the healing word will get her back up. Ifrit looking for the attack now. There will be a couple of illusions made. FNA finding a kill on the lower side of the map. Ifrit caught out inside the ice wall. They're going to get another remnant for it, but the BKB will be popped by Suze. Oh, that was a very strange swap back, but they managed to get the Shadow Demon down. Now maybe Suze can get away. He's still got the ice wall up, but that BKB will be running out soon. Ifrit finds the kill. FNA still trying to do stuff on the other side of the map. He's got the blink available, possibly going to Abaddon, but that's not really who he's going to want to try to get. The only thing that's really available for Wheel to push in here, because the creep wave isn't really close at all, is the mid lane. But they could also get to other lanes once they get the creep wave in to push the backdoor protection off of the towers. Post is just so tanky right now with the Reaver. He should be able to get the creep wave out of there, mean that the backdoor protection could be back soon for Wheel, but no, the creep wave's gonna get up here. Ifrit going forward, immediately Blade Mail popping by Luposa, and he tries to get this creep wave out of here. Juggernaut is going to juke around it, lots of mana being taken away. FNA in the middle of the fight, he's got the enrage going, lots of damage onto the Juggernaut. He's not very tanky right now, he's taking a lot of damage from Ursa. If only the Ursa could hit him. Ifrit's out of mana right now, he needs some help from the Guardian Greaves, which have been popped already. Juggernaut going forward into the Blade Mail of Centaur, takes double edge to the face, but the 8-fire kill would keep him safe for now. Lots of damage, just hacking and slashing at Centaur. He's got no more mana to steal. They need to take care of these Juggernaut illusions because they can definitely take care of the creep wave quite a bit. Ifrit throws out another Searing Chains onto the Shadow Demon. They are all over the place right now. The Tornado will not catch on to anyone. Bardo trying to go forward. Another Searing Chains by Ifrit. He keeps throwing these out thanks to the Octarine core that he's got. Swap bot back on the bar. They want this kill onto him again. He'll get hit by another Syrian Chains, kept in place, and he's nearly burned down. In fact, he will. Layla finds one. FNA, he's getting blocked in by some illusions now. Shadow Demon kept there for what seems like forever. Laposa nearly going down. Will he actually die? The Shadow Demon will be dead first. Ifrit's so close to being dead right now. He'll use the Manta style, and finally that Centaur is gone. Ultra kill for Ifrit. Can he get the Rampage before this game ends? He's gonna go for it because all of Midas are getting out of here. That's it! Ifrit gets all 5 as Midas Club get knocked down to the lower bracket by Wheel. And from the beginning,